Alright everybody, we're going to pour some jig heads today, 3/8 ounce. I like using these Teflon pins more than I do the metal pins. They're easier to clean. All you got to do is set the hook in. We're going to use some 4/0 hooks for these 3/8 jigs. Just like that. Bring it over here to the pot. Just like that. Let me get a pair of pliers. Just like that. Push that pin all the way up against the hook, because that's where your weed guard's going to go. Y'all will have to excuse the noise, but I got to run these fans while I'm messing with this lid. This is just the overrun where it runs off into the 1/4 or 1/8 ounce size. They make a metal pin that goes in here, but I don't like it because it's hard to get the paint off of it. With these Teflon pins, all you gotta do is kind of bend them and it'll pop right off. And this is a do-it mold that I'm using. This is not a custom made mold. Anybody can buy this mold. I bought this one from Barlow's Tackle. Alright, I'll bring you back. I've got to do about probably about 12, 13, 14 of these. I'll bring you back when I'm done pouring them. Once you get done pouring them, then I take a pair of spool cutters, cut this spool off right here. That. Then I take a file. I know you can leave that on there. Let me see if I can show it to you. You can leave that on there, but I don't like to. I like to hit it with a file. Just looks nicer. That. That's all I do. Just like that. Cleans it up, takes that little burr off of it. All this excess, it gets poured back into the melting pot. All right, we got our jigs ready. Let me get set up for the powder paint. Okay, what this is powder. And it pumps. I have a little air compressor over here that pumps air in and turns this. They call it a fluid bed. Let's see how it wants to pop like volcano up. Get it stirred up a little bit. Get the air coming to it. And see how it boils. Well, it has a lot of the paint is coming up. So what I made is this, and it's gonna get loud. I made a vent hood. Got sucks all that up. Turn this on. Got my heat gun going. Dip it in that powder paint. Bring it out. Then I have to bake it. Okay, what I do now is I don't like to leave that paint in the hook, so before you bake it, it will chip right off, just like that. And that way you can get your line through the eye of the hook, and it doesn't hurt anything. So I clean all the eyes out. You can see the paint popping off right there. Just like that. Okay, I'll bring you back when I get them all clean. These have got to bake at 350 for about 20 minutes, and I hang them from a paper clip, so if the paint drips, it runs this away towards the bend of the hook and doesn't leave a little puddle up near the eye. So let's close this up and let them bake. Okay, the jigs come out looking pretty good. Nice. Take that off. The reason I was telling you how I like using these Teflon pieces, you just twist them and the paint comes off like that. And they're very easy to clean. A lot better than the metal pieces, the metal ones. Excuse me. Y'all have to excuse me. I haven't put out much of a content lately. I've had bronchitis and I have a 6mm kidney stone that I've been trying to pass, but it ain't wanting to cooperate. But what I like to do is take the weed guard. I like to pre-fit it in the hole before I start, so that'll fit perfect. Then I take these and my vise, lock that down. Then I take my bobbin and I like to put a layer base of thread down so that the skirt will have something to kind of grip to, like that. Then I trim this off. Then these are called tabs. There's 21 strands in a tab, but what I like to do is tear them in half, like that. Take one section, set it up on there like this, and then lightly run 3 or 4 round it like that. Kind of spread it out a little bit. Then turn the jig over, take the other half and set it up on there. Kind of even it up. Run a couple wraps, lightly just to hold it. Then I like to spin the jig around a little bit, make sure the head's completely covered on both sides. And it is. I got some of these little hair clips from Walmart that I like to put up on there like that to kind of hold the skirt up out of the way. So, it just kind of keeps it out of the way when you're trying to do it. Now I cinch down on it a little bit, and I just start wrapping it. I don't have no number of wraps that I use. I just wrap it like that. Then I take a piece of contrasting thread and lay up on there like this, and then wrap it a few more times, at least 5 or 6 times. Pull the thread down, hold on to it. Lift this up, run it through that piece of thread right there, like that. Then you're going to pull this tag in up underneath all those wraps, and that will lock, that ties that thread down, like that. Then open this up. Then I take a dab of super glue, just a little bit, put it in the weed guard hole, or you can put it on the weed guard, whichever one you feel more comfortable doing. If your bottle is not out of super glue, which I think this one is, let's try this one. This ain't looking good for the home team, folks. Let me go find a bottle of super glue. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see if this one will cooperate. Yep. Then I take it, hold it down. Push it up in there and leave it. Then the next thing is to cut all these little ends off of these tabs. I like to comb it out a little bit. So that's what you end up with right there. I'm sorry. Well, damn. That's what you end up with right there. That's your jig. They're that easy to make. That's all there is to making a jig. And I enjoy doing it. That's a fish catching fool right there. Club door, Mr. Al, Miss Chris. Okay, like I said in the video, I've been battling bronchitis and a 6mm kidney stone. I know I hadn't put out much content lately. I hadn't felt like doing nothing. And today it was 99 degrees. But hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it's out of the norm. It's nothing to do with firewood, but I just thought I'd bring you along and show you how I make my arky jigs. And I make a football jig and a casting jig too. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. And aim high, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.